All right, back on the show, and Local12.com's Richard Skinner is here. So is Dave Collins, the former Red and player and coach. Guys, as I said earlier, the tone from 3 wins changes the whole complexion of this deal. It's amazing what 3 wins can do. Poll question for you guys right off the bat here. Biggest reason that they were able to turn things around this weekend and get this sweep? Was it the rookie starters, the timely hitting, the bullpen, not so leaky, or the meeting that they had following Wednesday's loss?
Yeah, Colley's going to disagree with this probably because he's been in meetings. I've not been in team meetings like that. I'm not a big believer in meetings, meaning much.
Right.
I thought the timely hitting, I mean, it just seemed like every time they needed an answer at the plate, they got one. And that is not to besmirch the fact that the rookie pitchers were good and the bullpen was better. There were some moments, Cincinnnati walking the bases loaded on Friday night, and yet, you know, they get out of that jam because of the bullpen. You know, Hoover today doing a good job to get out of the jam technically and keep them afloat. But boy, every time it seemed like they needed a big hit, they got a big hit over the weekend.
What do you think, Dave? Answer that poll question.
I got to go with Skin. I think the hitting, no question about it. And early in the year when Joey Votto was hitting well, we seemed to be scoring a lot of runs. And I think when he's swinging the bat well, it takes a lot of pressure off a lot of guys in our lineup. It makes our lineup a lot better. But we've been hitting the ball out of the ballpark. Frazier's having a great year, and he's a clutch player. But we're just having great at-bats right now in clutch situations.
Have you ever been part of a team as a player or coach that had a meeting and turned the, I don't want to say season because it's 3 games does not a season make, but where you turned things around on a dime very quickly?
Yeah, I've been on a lot of clubs where we've had a lot of meetings, but for me, the best meetings that I was part of was Sparky Anderson. When Sparky spoke, it was like you could hear a pin drop in there, and it was always effective. He called it at the right time, and it seemed to always make an impact on our club.
Yeah, well, it certainly seems as if Brian Price called it at the right time. Tell me if I'm wrong here. Tell me if I'm nuts. I thought when Cincinnnati hit Bryce Harper on Friday night, the tone of everything flipped in the Reds' favor. All of a sudden, Joey Votto is a vocal leader, a guy you can rely on. I got your back, because I'll go after him and support you.
Yeah, I was surprised at Harper's reaction. I mean, it was a silly reaction because
but he does that.
He does. You're right. It wasn't the time or place where he was going to get hit on purpose. That was the silly part of it. And you're right. And Votto, you know, it seemed like there was a tete-a-tete there, which I thought was pretty impressive. And it also helped that Joey had a good weekend on top of it. But you mix all that stuff together, maybe he takes a step forward because he needed to do it in many ways, shapes, and forms. We've talked about the leadership angle. He has not hit the ball well of late. I mean, the home run was his first in literally a month. So, I mean, he needs to do those things. You're not getting paid to be just a guy. You're getting paid to be the guy in every way.
Did he show you something on Friday night with that?
Yeah, he has. I mean, humility before honor. I love that quote because I think it applies to this club. They've been through a lot in the last 3 years and had their face rubbed in the mud. And they're coming back. I mean, they've got some fight in them this year that I haven't seen before in the past. And maybe some of this stuff they've gone through in the past has helped them where they are right now.
Todd Frazier took the batting average during the weekend, or at least half of this homestand, from 260 to close to 290 now. He is on fire. Dave, you got to love this kid. The way he plays, the leadership role he's assumed. He's light years ahead of his age.
I'd pay to watch him play. I mean, he's a big league ball player. He's a winner. He's a clutch player. He plays with passion. He's just a money player. And for me, he's the #1 player down there on their club.
And Mike, you were in the locker room the day that they had the meeting and after they had the meeting, and he was one of the outspoken guys about that. And you know, his performance level, obviously, it was an all-star caliber level. And is he going to be a 310 hitter? No. He's probably a 275 guy who's decided, okay, if I'm a 275 guy, I'm going to be a 35 home run guy on top of that. So you're going to have to sacrifice some average to be a power guy. He's a guy that seems willing to do all the things you want out of a leader, which means I'm sacrificing what I think is right for what is best. And like I said, you talked to him, so you know what he said, and we ran some of those clips on Local 12 and on Local12.com, and I was extremely impressed the way he came off that day.
All right, so now the season moves on to a quick 3-game road trip in Philadelphia, and everything they did this weekend can all go away when you lose 2 of 3 in Philly. I mean, are you sold, Richard, that this thing can be turned around? on the basis of 3 games against the first-place Nets?
No, because this game is about consistency. It's about doing things over weeks and weeks and weeks and months. You can do things in 3 days, 5 days, maybe even sometimes 4 a week. But and that doesn't mean you have to win every day. It means you need to win weeks and you need to win series.
Sure.
And this was a good step forward in that regard. But then you go and play a Philly team, which is not very good. And if you lay an egg, then you suddenly say this weekend was nothing more than just a blip in a 162-game radar screen. I mean, it doesn't have any effect. You need to follow this up by going to Philly and doing well.
Dave, if this is for real, these 3 games, these wins, between now and the All-Star break, to get themselves back into a situation where they can contend second half of the season, give me 1 or 2, maybe you notice 3 things they must do over these next 5-6 weeks to the All-Star game.
Their pitching's got to keep them in the game. There's no question about that, and they've got to win 1-run games. I mean, the 3 games that they just won, I mean, they caught a couple of breaks. Strasburg gets hurt 16 pitches into the game.
Right.
They catch a number 4 and 5 starter the next 2 days. They didn't get Scherzer. They didn't get Zimmerman.
Yeah.
But they still won 3 games, and they played well doing it. For me, they got too many guys named If. They just haven't been consistent. Yeah. And when you've got that many ifs with a lot of guys, you're not going to see it happen.
No, but clearly we saw that winning and hitting are contagious.
Yeah,
it happened.
They are. I mean, that's the great part about this game. You can do some really good things if you just can get on some kind of a roll. I mean, they were dead in the water to some degree the last 2 days. Not Friday night, but the last 2 days. They could have easily lost the last 2 or 3 and did not.
They did not. All right, Dave Collins, Richard Skinner, thanks so much, guys. We'll see you again next weekend after the Philadelphia road trip, and then they're back home for the pods.